Up next on Lion TV, we have Jordan Jones with our Teacher of the Year. Then we have the Co-War Center in Blakesville announcing a partnership with the Centurion Institution.
And me, Warren Kemp, with all your weekly sports updates. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Happy Friday, Cersei, and welcome back to another episode of Lion TV. I'm James Stafford.
And I'm Curtis Stevens. We hope you had a great week, Cersei. Now let's get straight into those student announcements.
Upon turning 16 years old, students must receive a second meningitis vaccine. SHS, along with the Arkansas Department of Health, will give influenza vaccines on November 15th. Information was sent home with students on October 24th. If you need further information, please contact the nurses at a.dutton@cerseischools.org.
Please make sure you have your bus tag for riding the bus and for use at school. Mr. Eubanks will start handing out detentions for students who don't use their bus tag more than one day a week. Forgetting it once isn't a big deal, but not bringing it multiple times a week can result in lunch detention.
There's a care closet open on campus that provides any students in need with hygiene products and clothes. The care closet is private and confidential and is open during school hours by appointment. Students need to fill out a Google form to request an appointment. Please email jmeansct@cerseischools.org for questions about the care closet.
Coach Sitzman is looking for a small quantity of volunteers to enter baseball statistics on the big screen during home games. Training will be provided. This is a great opportunity for those who need community service hours, so if you're interested, please contact Coach Sitzman at ksitzman@cerseischools.org.
Senior yearbook ads are on sale. You can buy them with help from Miss Cook or online through Jocelyn's. More information can be found on the school's website.
UCA's Bear Facts Day is on Friday, December 6th. Sign-up sheets and permission forms are available in the counselor's office. Said permission forms must be returned by Friday, November 22nd.
The Arkansas State privately funded scholarship portal is now open. The time to apply is now if you're a high school senior, incoming student, or currently enrolled student. The portal closes on February 1st. More information is listed on Schoology. Please email if you have any questions.
We mentioned a lot of teachers this morning. We have a lot of great teachers here in Cersei, don't we?
We do. Jordan Jones has a story about one teacher that stands above the rest.
Each year, the Cersei Schools District celebrates their staff by awarding their members with Of the Year awards. Some may remember Mrs. Wheat for being kind and supportive to her students, but there is a lot more depth that goes into her teaching capability that got her this year's Teacher of the Year award.
I was so excited. But I was not surprised because she's very deserving. As a co-teacher with Miss Wheat, it's just, it has been a wonderful experience. We've worked together for a really long time now, 20 years. And she's just always an encourager. She is a positive influence, and she's just been incredible to work with.
Miss Wheat, she's such a delight to work with. She always looks at the positives of everything. Education, there's so much, not necessarily change, but it's just different than it used to be. And Miss Wheat, she and I both, we've been around for a little while now, and we've seen a lot of things come and go. And she always embraces whatever the new things are that we're working on or the new requirements. She embodies the why it's here for the kids, and to help the whole child become better at themselves, whether it's their academics, their social, their emotional learning. She looks at the big picture, and she's such an asset to our building.
And lowercase d confuse us. And so I want you to look at lowercase d. You do great on capital D.
She's kind, she's sweet, and she's never mean to me. And she is like a lovely person to me. And when I go to second grade, I always come up to her classroom and give her a big hug.
I think Miss Wheat is being recognized for Teacher of the Year because she sets a good example among her peers, not only her peers and co-teachers, but administrators as well. It's because if she comes in, if we have CTM meetings and there's a tough topic we might need to discuss, she'll bring solutions. She won't just bring questions, she'll bring solutions. And I think she sets herself as a leader among her co-workers to show a productive way to get through the productive struggles that we currently have in education.
I think it's great for her. I think she really deserves it. She is a hard-working teacher. She cares about her students, and I think it's well-deserved.
We laugh because my husband and I and some other co-workers here call her the mayor of Sidney Diener. She knows everybody. She knows everybody in town. If you go anywhere in public with Tammy, there are going to be so many people come up and say, you know, how are you? I remember you. You were an influence on my life. And we just always say if she ran for mayor, we would vote for her.
Every time I came in the morning, she was always caring. She always asked me how I slept, if I ate that morning. She always cared about her students and made sure we were all well taken care of.
It makes me feel happy that she is the best teacher ever, because it is true, she is.
Congratulations, Miss Sweet. You know, here at Sidney Diener, we all love you so much. You know, district-wide, everyone loves you, and we appreciate so much that you've been recognized as Teacher of the Year. Thank you, Miss Sweet, for the job you do.
Thanks, Jordan, and congratulations, Miss Sweet, for winning this year.
And thank you, teachers, for making Searcy a better place. A Cold War Center in Blytheville, Arkansas has announced a partnership with the Smithsonian Institution. The Smithsonian's Woodrow Wilson Center, located in Washington, D.C., is lending funding resources and their own connections to the National Cold War Center. This partnership will dramatically help the facility in honoring and educating visitors about the war.
More than 2 decades after spotting a mysterious gelatinous bioluminescent creature swimming in the deep sea, California researchers this week announced that it is a new species of sea slug. Using a remote vehicle, scientists with the institute first noticed that they called a mystery mollusk in February 2000 at a depth of 8,567 feet at the Pacific. After reviewing more than 150 sightings of the creature and studying it in a lab, researchers determined it was a new type of nudibranch or sea slug.
A former correctional officer in southern West Virginia pleaded guilty Wednesday to a federal civil rights violation in the death of a man who died less than a day after being booked into a jail. Mark Holdren entered a plea agreement in U.S. District Court in which he admitted conspiring with other officers to beat Quantes Burks as retaliation at the Southern Regional Jail in Beaver. Holdren was among 5 ex-correctional officers and a former lieutenant at the jail who were indicted by a federal grand jury in November 2023, the same month that 2 other former jail officers entered guilty pleas in the beating. Holdren also admitted he knew it was improper for officers to use such force to punish inmates and pretrial detainees. It's been a little chilly this week. I wonder if it's got any colder.
Good thing Brooklyn Shaver is here for all our weather updates.
Good morning, Searcy High. Welcome to the weather. Today is a high of 63. It's sunny with a rain of 7%. Your winds at northeast 6 miles per hour. Humidity at 68%, and your sun rose at 6:42 a.m. on to tonight. Tonight is a low of 39 with partly cloudy skies. Rain at 13%, your winds at east-northeast at 3 miles per hour. Your humidity at 98%, and your sun will set at 5 p.m. onto the almanac. Today's high is 77 with a low of 46 on the last 7 days average. Your monthly average of precipitation is 0.61 inches. Your month to date is 4.77 inches. Now onto the 5cast. Saturday will be partly cloudy with 64 is your high, 47 is your low, and 12% chance of rain. Sunday is partly cloudy with a high of 71, low of 57, and 11% chance of rain. Monday will be showers with a high of 71, a low of 59, and a 55% chance of rain. Tuesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 69, a low of 47 with a 24% chance of rain. Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 56, a low of 38, and a 22% chance of rain. Well, Searcy, it looks like it's going to be very cloudy this week. Now let's send it back to the news desk.
Thanks for the updates, Brooklyn. Speaking of updates, have you heard any updates on lunch today?
I sure do. Today for lunch we'll be having classic cheese pizza, classic cheeseburger and bun, crispy chicken breast sandwich, crispy chicken club, ham and Swiss cheese sub, strawberry banana parfait, and milk.
Sounds amazing. Be sure to thank our amazing lunch crew for what they prepared for us.
Hey James, did you hear Searcy's basketball season is finally starting up?
I haven't, but I know Warren Kemp has all our sports updates for us today.
Good morning, Searcy. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday. Now let's get into some weekly sports updates. Both our Lions basketball teams played some amazing games Tuesday night, starting up with the boys in a match against Maumelle Charter. By halftime, the boys were up by 10, keeping that lead the rest of the game. That marks our first win for our boys with a score of 46-57, building a good start to their season. Our girls played their first home game of the season Tuesday night against Mountain View. The Lions were down in the first quarter, but managed to come up and nearly had a tied game by halftime. Our Lions sadly took home a loss with a game-ending score of 48-57. Tonight, our Lions football team will head off to the playoffs with Morrilton, where they will compete against the Devil Dogs. If our boys win round 1 of playoffs, they will head to round 2, where they will play the winner of the battle between Valley View and Texarkana. Moving on to national sports, college football has had some big games. Texas Tech played against Colorado, where Shiloh Sanders would score a touchdown to secure the win 41-27. Utah played Washington State, where Washington would win 49-28. And Tennessee went up against Mississippi State, with Tennessee having an early lead and managing to hold it and get the win with a 38-yard field goal by Max Gilbert in the fourth quarter. Florida State would be up against Notre Dame, where Notre Dame would go up to score 10 touchdowns and beat Florida 52-3. Wednesday night had a lot of games in the NBA, with some notable ones being the Rockets versus the Clippers, where the Rockets won 111-103. The Grizzlies facing off against the Lakers taking the win 128-123, and the Celtics versus the Nets, where the Celtics took the win 139-114. Wednesday night also had some great games in the NHL, like the Red Wings versus the Penguins, where both teams were tied all game, but the Red Wings would pull through in overtime, winning by a point and finishing the game 3-2. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Washington Capitals would also tie in their game, but Toronto would score in overtime, winning 4-3. The Golden Knights faced the Anaheim Ducks, where the Knights would win 3-2. That's all I've got for now, Cersei. To send it back to the news desk.
Thank you, Warren. Well, Cersei, unfortunately, we're out of time for today. For more news, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Line TV.
And to follow us on X at Line TV, Instagram at Cersei Line TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Line TV. Signing off, I'm Curtis Stevens.
And I'm James Stafford. Have a great weekend, Cersei.